Hey guys, it's Robin, RsIslandCrafts, and this is Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, April 2nd, 2019. I don't have a full-size quilt to show you this week, so I'm just going to go ahead and lay it out this way so you can see the blocks a little better. I feel like I've dabbled a little this week, but I haven't actually worked on anything significant. I've done a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Like I added one more row onto this baby quilt. It's the zigzag one. You've already seen it before, but I just went ahead and added one more long column or row, however you look at it. And now it's of a better size and I feel it's more baby appropriate. I've been doing my 9 patch a day. Well, actually I sit down and I do a bunch of 9 patches in one day. And I just call it a week. So I've got all of these 9 patches I've worked on this week. I have 9 patches to go towards my 9 patch a day for 2019. This is the end of the pre-cut squares that I'm going to be using. I had a whole bunch of ones left over in darker colors that a friend likes, so I'm going to go ahead and send her the rest of my little mini charms. And I'm going to have to cut up some squares for my next week's 9 patches, which it's not a big crisis. I have a shoebox bin of 2.5-inch strips. I can just chop them up and I'll be good to go. One of the things I haven't shown on my Talk to Me Tuesday is the hand piece quilt along that I've been working on. These were all hand pieced, all hand sewn. They're all supposed to be 6.5-inch squares. I haven't measured them. For the most part, they're pretty much there. As long as they're all of equalish enough size, it'll be fine. There are 9 blocks, and as you see, I've got 6 here, so I have 3 more going. They're in the stage where I have actually pieced all the little sections in quadrants, like in this block, and now I just have to stitch the rows together, so they're all pinned together, so I can't really pull them out and show them off to you, but you'll see them next week. The quilt along is actually over. Everyone is already doing the sashing and putting it all together, but they're having a link up party starting on April 4th for your finished top. So, and that's our last link up of this series of our quilt along. So I really want to get these done so I actually finish something on time, and I don't want this quilt top to carry over into turn it into a UFO or a whip. So I'm going to go ahead and work on these this week and get these finished. Then I have to get the sashing on them. I think it took me a day and a half, and we're talking like a 5-6 hour day and then another 3 hours the next day, so maybe 8 or 9 hours to actually get these all pieced together and ready to go. It probably took me a little bit longer because there's 3 blocks here, and I got one of them confused with another one. 2 of them are similar, and then this one I got confused, and I ended up making one of these blocks twice, certain sections of it, because I thought it was this block, and yeah, it was just a mess. It really got me confused, so I'm going to hopefully get these done. It's my goal to finish these today, and then I need to just add a little sashing. It's just going to be, I believe they're probably calling for 2.5-inch sashing. I'm probably going to make it narrower because I don't want a really big wall hanging. I just want to have a nice little tidy wall hanging. I'm just going to go ahead and put these into some form of a 9 patch, and I'll put a little bit of the white sashing from this fabric, and then a little bit of a, probably more, if I do maybe a 1.5-inch sashing here, maybe 2 inches. I want the border to be just a little bit wider. I might actually double it, but it's all going to depend on how much of this fabric I have left. And the reason you're getting a close-up today is because this is this week's baby quilt. These are the last of my string blocks that I have put together. So I decided to go ahead and keep with the half square triangle theme, and I put them together like this so that the string blocks are kind of almost like a kite or on point. It's interesting. These are actually squares, but because of the way the string block stripes of fabric are going, it kind of looks like a kite to me going this way. So I believe I have enough made for a baby quilt, so I'll just go ahead and stitch these all together randomly. Maybe a 36 by 36, 36 by 42. I have a couple more blocks left that I'm going to be sewing together for this week's Friday video, just to give everyone an idea of how it goes together. And then that's going to be it. Sew it all together and it'll be a baby quilt. And now, after this one is done, I'm kind of itching to get to pin basting and getting everything ready to quilt. I want to quilt a few of these now. I've pieced enough that I'm ready to move on to the next stage. I was going to wait till June, but I'm kind of feeling a little antsy and I'm kind of tired of piecing. So now's a good time to go ahead and at least quilt one or two of these up. A lot of them are going to be very, very simple. I want to do some of the stitch in the ditch because I have a foot for that on my new machine that I've never used, and I've never stitched in the ditch successfully, so that'll be fun to do with some of the strip and the stripy quilts. And that's it. That's what I dabbled on this week. Like I said, it was nothing really... I spent a lot of time working on blocks on the hand piece quilt. As I said, I took the majority of a full day, and then the other day, and then the rest of the day I just spent crocheting and knitting and stuff, so there was no other sewing done. And then when it came to the weekend, I kind of felt... At first I was calling it lazy, but I think it was more unmotivated, that I just really didn't feel like being in the craft room this weekend. So that's why I made these. It's kind of something simple, no-brainer. You can just push it through the sewing machine and hopefully get your mojo back and see what next week brings you. Hope everyone's enjoying their week. Looking forward to everyone's videos, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!